Prescott now. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first and 10, Prescott. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Touchdown, Cowboys! Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second down at 4. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 28. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Fields going to get this to Montgomery, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Fields throwing again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Blankenship's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First down, Prescott. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the first down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
Swinging this out for Pollard. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Touchdown, Cowboys. Two first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down, Crosby. And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now here's Pollard, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Grant sets to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, Fields steps away. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Take 4, take 4. Hey man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Mike 42, Mike 42. Hey, tight down, there you go.
Play action. It's Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second down and 5.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check. 42's the mic. Check. 42's my fault. I got you, boy. Mike 42, Mike 42.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Now it's Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Prescott. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Bears. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Forced out to his left. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it, and he's giving me the evil eye, folks. Prescott now from the 50. Left side to Lamb. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Prescott. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Pollard. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
They're not ready for it. They're still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Yo. Roy. You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
Hey, check back, Atlanta, check back.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. It got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to the 25. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Show it. Okay, snap.
Hey, check back, Atlanta, check back.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Kill.
And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Watch the run.
To throw is Prescott.
Quick slant to Hamler.
Oh, some strong running. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. Rolling to his right. That is caught by Lamb. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Throwing, Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosby. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Fields now to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here we go.
Off play action. Fields.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Fields. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Fields. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Fields. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Back to throw, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On 1st down, Crosby. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Now Fields. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Out to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
quarter. You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
47. Bang, 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 bang. There you go.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. 106 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Working with a 2nd and 4.
Mike 58 right there. Watch the run. Watch the run.
58.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Let's go. Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, it's just their 3rd win on the campaign as they move to 3-11 on the year. And they'll return return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the rough season continues as they've plunged to 1-13. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.